Hello everyone, we are from Group 7. Today we want to present our report titled Impact of Education and Age on Allocation of Family Time Comparative Analysis for Malaysia and Vietnam. Our lecturer is Professor Madya Dr. Doris Padmini S. Selvaratnam and Puan Nolaila binti Abu Bakar.
Okay, the introduction. Spending time with family is the most meaningful moment. Do their favorite activities, chat, sharing problems, and views. Giggling with family is a very quality time. Yet at different age, we enjoy family time in different ways. In addition, the older we get, the less time we have with family. Moreover, in the family, the parents feel that learning is very important. Hence, from a young age, we are sent to kindergarten, the primary school, and then to higher level. It is well established that parents matter greatly for their children's development and success both in and out of school. Parents do their best with the information that they have or receive to teach their infants to walk and talk, help toddlers learn and play, and help young children get ready to success in school. Therefore, children spend more time in school studying and learning, and this process results in less time with family. Okay, the next slide is a definition. First, impact, a powerful effect that something, especially something new, has on a situation or person. Education, a noun that means the process of teaching and learning, or the organization such as schools where this process happens. Age, the number of years that someone has lived or that something has existed. Allocation, a noun means the process of giving someone their part of a total amount of something to use in a particular way, or the part of a total amount of something that someone is given to use in a particular way. Next, continue the definition. A family, a group of people who are related to each other, such as a mother, a father and their children, or a group of people who care about each other because they have a close relationship or share interests. Time, a verb that used to measure the seconds, minutes and hours for something to happen or someone to do something. Comparative, a noun that means the form of an adjective or adverb that expresses a difference in amount, number, degree or quality. It also brings the meaning of an adjective that means comparing different things. Analysis, a noun that means the process of studying or examining something in an organized way to learn more about it, or a particular study of something. And analysis is also a short form of psychoanalysis. Next, theoretical framework. Based on the responses of optimizing the economy and family will be formed, the respondent came from various age background. Figure 1 provides the chart for the age of the head of household. The youngest head of household age was 22 years old and the older was 70 years old. Based on the data collected, it can be seen that when the number of age increases, the number of allocation of family time will also increase. This may be influenced by some factors such as less responsibility offered, various types of diseases, retired from work and others. Based on the observation, for economy will be needs about 31% of head of household spend 5 until 7 hours a day working to generate income. This truly affect their time on allocation of family time. About 40% of the respondents spend 2 until 4 hours a day to housework and child care, while only 4 until 6% of them spend 8 until 10 hours per day to do housework and child care. Then about 33% 85% of respondents had spent 5 until 7 hours for their break time, while only 11% for them spent 5 until 7 hours for break time. It also can be seen that 42% spend less than 2 hours a day for psychological well-being needs, while only 4% spend their time for psychological well-being needs for 8 until 10 hours per day. Next, 42% of respondents spend less than 2 hours per day for their social well-being needs, while 4% of them spend 8 until 10 hours per day on social well-being needs. Furthermore, Figure 2 provides the chart for highest education level of the head of household. The chart shown that the percentage of head of household that had bachelor's degree was the highest, meanwhile to percentage of head of household that had PhD was the lowest. The higher level education of the head household, the lower number of allocation of family time will be. Some factors such as busy with study work, lack of time, stress, and another had affected the family. Another had affected the number of allocation of family time.
Next is our methodology. First, study design. The study design used by the family economic planning students was quantitative, and the study was done online. The study was conducted online to comply with the Movement Control Order MCO, which has been set by the government to obtain data effectively and accurately. The data obtained from quantitative form. Quantitative data is a numerical measurement expressed not by means of a natural language description, but rather in terms of number. However, not all numbers are continuous and measurable. For example, the social security number is a number, but not something that one can add or subtract. Study sample. Sampling is concerned with the selection of a subset of individuals from within a statistical population to estimate characteristics of the whole population. Interpretation to the whole can be done by examining a part of it is only possible through sampling. The main purpose of sampling is to provide various types of statistical information, which can be of qualitative or quantitative in nature by examining a few selected units or participants. Sampling can be categorized such as simple random sampling, systematic sampling, and stratified sampling. For this data analysis, family economic planning students have selected 317 respondents from Malaysia and 205 respondents from Vietnam as a sample in this study, in which these respondents consist of various family backgrounds. Third, study instruments. The instrument used for this study is a set of questionnaire in the form of Google Forms, which contains 5 parts, namely Part A, background information of head of household, Part B, particulars of household income and expenditure, Part C, perception of debt and household savings, Part D, allocation of family time, and Part E, family wealth generation plan. Fourth, study location. The study was conducted online by distributing questionnaire online. The focus of the respondents collected is from the residential areas of relative, friends, and close acquaintance of family economic planning students, where the study location covers the whole of Malaysia and Vietnam. This is done to get diverse feedback or data, and the data is not concentrated in one place only. Moreover, the concentration of the population was collected from the head of household from a predetermined area. Fifth, analysis of study data. Data analysis is, in short, a method of putting facts and figures to solve the research problem. It is vital to finding the answer to the research question. Another significant part of the research is the interpretation of the data, which is taken from the analysis of the data and makes inference and draws conclusions. After obtaining accurate and sufficient respondent data, a set of questionnaire in the form of Google Forms was analyzed. Only part A in the third question, which is age. The seventh question, which is highest education level of head of household, and part D, allocation of family time, will be analyzed in this study. Family economic planning students use SPSS to successfully analyze the data of this study by entering data from Google Forms in section A and D that have been mentioned above. SPSS, or better known as IBM SPSS Statistic, is a very good statistics software platform. The use of SPSS software helps family economic planning students to analyze the data quickly, ensure high accuracy, and make quality decisions.
Now we talk about analysis and finding. First is impact of age on time allocation for Malaysia. Study was divided into group HE 18 to 25, 26 to 35, 36 to 50, and 50 to 65, and more than 65. Allocate the right duration for each activity. Agree with the majority of service members with the largest mean value of 4.04. Standard deviation of this opinion is also as low as 0.824. Meanwhile, other opinions such as support by family doing business in the countryside. At the head of the household, my time allocation is the most important to work, and allocating my time for me to work is optimal. Keep rule. The remaining 5 points of view disagree has a mean value ranging from 2.32 to 2.76. The standard deviation of data table is not large, only fluctuates around the value 1. Most of the household has belonged to the age 50 to 65 years old. The lowest group is more than 65 years old. The average age of household is 36 to 50 years old. Work groups are allocated less than 2 hours a day. Childcare and education activity. Most of us age is less than 2 hours, except for young family from 18 to 35 years old. The age group of 18 to 25 years old and more than 50 years old. Social security activities from 2 to 4 hour group. 18 to 25 and more than 65. Physical activity less than 2 hours a day over group. Online entertainment activity less than 2 hours over group. Working groups are allocated 2 to 4 hours a day. Household chores. Each group more than 65 choose to do housework 5 to 7 hours a day. Household age 26 to 35 choose to do housework less than 2 hours a day. Time to rest from 2 to 4 hours a day over a group. Working time to generate income 2 to 4 hours. Expected rate of age group more than 65 spending less than 2 hours a day. Volunteer activity group for 26 to 50 less than 2 hours a day. The next is for Vietnam. Majority of household heads are between the age 36 and 50. The lowest is the age group more than 65. The average age of the head of household in Vietnam is 36 to 50 years old. Work groups are allocated less than 2 hours a day. Household activity 2 to 4 hours in group 26 to 35 and more than 36. Other groups spend less than 2 hours a day. Childcare and education of children similar. Physical, psychological need less than 4 hours a day in group 18 to 35 and more than 65. Middle age group choose to spend less than 2 hours. Psychological need, social security similar. And physical activity most spend less than 2 hours. 26 to 35 years old and more than 65 years old spend 2 to 4 hours. Online entertainment similar. Volunteer activity group 18 to 35 and more than 65 spend 2 to 4 hours a day. Other groups spend less than 2 hours. Working group is located time 2 to 4 hours a day. Time to rest during the day. Work to generate income. And the next is comparison between Malaysia and Vietnam. About Vietnam, physical activity, online entertainment and work for income take up more than Malaysia. And about Malaysia, volunteer activity, housework and psychological needs are better than Vietnam. About the rest time, Vietnam and Malaysia spend about 2 to 4 hours a day. In conclusion, housework and volunteering are different. And the next is impact of education on whole time distribution for Malaysia. Vietnam people have 205 votes, of which there are 90 arrow and 20 red and vote for other. The punctual group accounts for the majority and list the BR group. The group of comment receive a natural response. Vietnam people keep a natural attitude with following view. My family support me to do business at home. Education group maintain a natural attitude without conflict. At the head of the household, time allotment is important. Paid for the job receive the rejection with a mean of 2.91 in the certificate group. Allocating my work time is optimal. Get the agreement of the PMR team with a mean value of 4.098. The group of comment received dissenting response. I don't have enough time to work to generate income. There is coordination between educational attainment group, for natural group, BRM certificate, diploma, master degree. I don't have enough time to rest. Similar, I don't have enough time to do work my homework. 3 natural group, PMR, diploma and master degree. I don't have enough time to take care of children. Competition among education attainment group, but not much. As the head of the household, I do not receive mostly negative feedback. And the next is comparison between Malaysia and Vietnam. Allocating the right amount of time to each activity is very important, and I support my family do the economic by my hometown. Mostly and different, the majority of Malaysia agree with the view allocating right. The duration for each activity is very important. while the Vietnamese and completely natural. For basic education group in Vietnamese is natural with the view of that I don't have enough time to work to generate income, while the intermediate and education group disagree. And the next slide.
Next part is policy implication and suggestion. Through the group analysis results, we found that education and age have an impact on distribution of time in family. For the Malaysia, most people agree that allocating the right amount of time to each activity is very important, while the Vietnamese are completely neutral. So to overcome the situation of spending too little family time or not enough time for the family due to the influence of education and age factors, we offer the following solution to help people balance time and reasonable and appropriate way for the both country as follows. Firstly, make over your to-do list. Divide your to-do list into 3 categories: don't, their list, and do. There's always one thing on your to-do list you know you are not going to cross it off. Says Stephanie Vonza, author of 5-Minute Mom Clubs, 105 tips to make a mom life easier. Decide if someone else can do tasks in the their list column. Could a spawn babysitter, co-worker, or neighbor handle something, or for the item that must get done, draw or put sticker of happy face next to the things you like to do. $1 sign by item that save or make money, and lock next to tasks that will save time later. Secondly is use what you got. Take advantage of everything exit resource. Ask your babysitter to prepare dinner, pick up the toys, or restock the diaper bag. Find out if you dry cleaner and pick up the deliver clothes, or see if a dispute service or laundry services fit into your budget. Firstly, it involves the kids. You may be able to fold clothes and set a table faster than a 5-year-old can, but when you include the kids, you turn chores into bonding time while teaching valuable skills. Thus, the job of a mother isn't to be personal assistant. A mother's job is to teach the child to become independent. Even a small child can put toys in the basket. Even a family cleanup game where adults and kids compete to see who can get the most done fastest, or make up a family song to sing while you work together. Next is reduce the time waster. If you spend hours 2 months for looking for loose shoes or key, create an organized system that can everyday item for each family member to have regular place. Set up books and small bed keys near the door for house keys. Fifthly is make job work for you. Productivity at work create a more relaxed time at home. Sometimes you can more than outside the office. See if your company will let you arrive earlier or later at the office, or let you work from home 1 day a week to reduce the commute. Before approaching the boss, check with co-workers or human resources to see if a reasonable request. Next is rally on technology. Sign up for school or city email or text alerts. You will get updates about snow day or transportation delays, so you can prepare and plan for them. One-stop shopping sites such as Disper.com and Shop.com allow you save time and money by purchasing grocery and drugstore stuff at the same time. 7 is double up dinner. If you are making lasagna, double the recipe and freeze one for later in week. Stream extra vegetables and put them in the fridge to drop pasta salad in the next day. The creative by turning your leftover empty into a sandwich for tomorrow lunch or make extra fruits salad with create and yogurt for breakfast. Next is know yourself and know your priority. This is the last solution. When you give up trying to perfect, you create more time. Stop comparing yourself to the mythical supermom who has it all together at work and home. She doesn't exist. Temper say, figure out what your priorities are and pursue those. Something has to give. Each person's priorities are different. To do things that you feel happy or less stressed. If you feel clamor with no paper on dining room table, it was the gift in helping you clear it off. If you can live with a few straight papers and would prefer to cook with the kids and try a crew recipe, to do that insist. I don't like to cook, and I thought if I try hard enough I could become the next food network star. Instead of changing who you are to match the task, change the task to match your lifestyle. So spend time on what's important to you. Next is create new tradition. Don't wait your holiday or vacations to connect. Sunday breakfast, Friday game night, the weekend shopping or gathering can bring the family together. Within on the same night each week, we know not to schedule outside activities because it's care family time. Whatever traditional would you choose, make sure everyone, including parents, honor a set time. Everyone should show up and unplug. No texting, no Facebook, and no television. Don't let your schedule run to you, and enjoy each other. Next part is from Malaysia team.
For conclusion, based on our extensive study, we found that learning and age affect the allocation of time with family. The difference between Vietnamese and Malaysian cultures can also be seen in this study. We made a comparison of how Malaysian families and Vietnamese families control for the effects of learning and age on family time allocation. To summarize, that can be drawn from the labor supply market is that working women spend less time at home than women who are full-time housewives. However, in childcare, women with higher education show lower quality of care because they were more focused on career matters. Moreover, time with family is quite limited. Perhaps the high spending requirement for childcare is the reason why more career women are less focused on childcare time. In other situations, not all those who have a career or education spend less time with their children. Some are wise to play the role of parents who build a harmonious family. Furthermore, they are good at dividing and allocating time well with family. They spend time with the family at the same time helping the children in school learning. One inference to to be drawn from the greater market's labor supply of more educated women than of less educated women is that the former spend less time in producing commodities at home. We have shown that women with a greater price of time are able to reduce time inputs to household activities such as meal preparation and laundry work by the use of capital goods or the substitution of others workers' time for their own. Then the husband time is a complement to and not a substitute for the wife time as in other activities. Probably high income elasticities for childcare as well as a differential productivity effect further induce better educated women to devote more time to childcare. In summary, the higher price of time of better educated women leads to their greater labor force participation and their smaller family size. The difference in the shape of labor supply profiles can be accounted for largely by the finding that the elasticity of substitution of time for other factors of production is higher in childcare than in household activities carried out throughout the life cycle. The substitutability of times and goods in the two kinds of activity has been shown empirically to be the most important cause of the difference in the labor supply profiles. However, it has also been argued that differential productivity and high income elasticities are the additional factor in explaining why the labor supply of the more educated woman does not exceed that of the less educated woman during the 25 to 40 age period. Last but not least, being an educated person does not affect time with family. It depends on one's individuality. Thanks for watching.